Hello, this is Charlene. We're going to look at two different ways to represent a relation. A relation is any set of ordered pairs. So our first way of listing our relation is simply in brackets. So you'll see that we have brackets on either side and we have all these points inside. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of ordered pairs. So let's look and see if we can find the domain in our set of ordered pairs. We have a -3, a 5, a 6, a 7, and a 7. Those all represent the first term in our ordered pair, which is the x. We have an x and a y, an x and a y, etc., etc., etc. So we can go ahead and just list all of these numbers as part of our domain. Let's see here. Here we go. So -3, and then we've got a 5, and a 6, and a 7, and another 7. So here's where we need to ask ourselves, do we need to list both 7s if there are two 7s as x coordinates in our points? And no, we do not. We do not need to list two 7s. So we can just go ahead and list that group of x values, and just like we put the set of ordered pairs in brackets, we can also put our domain also in brackets. So that is the set of domain values. Okay, so let's look at the range values. So we have a -5 as a y value, 7, 2, -4, -6, and then again we can just list this list of y values over here. So we've got a -5, a 7, let's see, 7, a 2, a -4, and -6. Let's make that box big enough to hold all those. Okay, there we go. So -5, 7, 2, -4, and -6. I think I have everything there. Nothing is repeating, so we will list all of them that are uniquely represented there, and we will also put little brackets around our set. So this qualifies as our set of range values. Okay, so the thing is that the question now we want to ask ourselves is it a function? Well, does it have repeating x's? Repeating x's. That's the easiest way to know if it is a function or not. If it has repeating x's, then it is not. And of course, if you remember from the very beginning, we said that we had a 7 and another repeating x value of 7. So there are repeating x's. Therefore, no, it is not a function. It is not a function because there are repeating x's. Okay, so that's, like I said, that's the first way we can represent a relation. It's just a set of ordered pairs. The next way that we're going to look at is mapping. Mapping includes these two circles. Sometimes these are like, these are kind of like soft cornered rectangles, but we can also see them sometimes as oval shapes, but they will contain our x values. There's our x values and there are y values, and this is pretty simple to go ahead and just list these over here as well. We can do -4 and 0 and 1, put our little brackets around it, and that is our domain set of domain values. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a red box around that. That's good to go. And then we also have our range values, which are going to be the y values. So we can just list them as -7, -3, +3, and a 6. And again, as before, we will put little brackets around it to show that it is the set of range values. So that is the represents the set of range values. So we'll put a red box around that. That's correct. Okay, so again, we're going to ask ourselves, is it a function? Again, we say, does it have repeating x's? Well, this is how we can tell if it's repeating x's. When we have these arrows, the arrow, this means that this is -4, -3. That is one coordinate pair that is represented by that, -4, -3. But we also have from the same -4, which happens to be an x value, we also have a line that goes to 6, -4, 6. So that represents -4, positive 6. So again, we can see right there that we actually have repeating x's. This is an x value, this is an x value, it is repeating. When it is repeating, it means it is not a function, not a function. So the little shortcut that I like to use is looking at this orange V. You see this orange V that I drew? The orange, it looks like it's pointing back to that x. So when you've got two things, two y values that are pointing back to one x, that is a sign of repeating x's when you have this little V going back to one of the x values. So that's a little thing that helps me confirm that no, it is not a function. I have two -4s going to two different y values, which is a repeating x, but also this little V that points back to this singular x value. Okay, so hopefully that helps you think about those two ways, a relation that's represented by a set of ordered pairs, and a relation that is also represented by this mapping tool where we have two circles or two containers for our x and y values. Okay, have a good day. Just click on the subscribe button, click on the like button. See you back real soon. Thank you.